So here we are in the first. Jillian reaches on a leadoff walk. It'll bring up Kinsley Schulte. I'll have to work through this lineup here. I don't have one before the game, so. Kinsley, it looks like Olivia will bat after Kinsley. Here's the pitch. Kinsley hits a ground ball to second. They're trying to get Jill. Ooh, they're saying there's tag. They're going to appeal this one. That tag missed over at second base, but the umpire called her out anyway. So Jerry's going to talk to the home plate umpire about this one. I believe she was safe at second, but the umpire called her out. So we'll see how this is handled. So that'll bring up, they did call Jillian out. Although I don't have a very good angle at it, it was pretty obvious from here that the tag was missed. The umpire was too far out into right field to really make a call, so. It's a ball. Two balls, no strikes. We got Kinsley's on first. There's another one that's low. It's ball 3. Kinsley stealing second. She's in there. The pitch, we got a runner in scoring position out of second base. Pitch was up in the zone, but it's called a strike. It'll be 3-1. So 3-1 count. Got a lot of wind here in this one. That is hit hard into right center. Center fielder's ranging over. She's going to make the catch. Kinsley's tag it headed towards her. It's a strong throw. Kinsley's in there. So Olivia flies out to right center. Kinsley tags on the play.
Just texted to me.
I saw some people with those the other day. Yeah, they're pretty cool. All right, so we got 2 outs. Rachel's up to bat here. That is hit hard and smoked. That's a base hit. So that's going to bring Kinsley in. That's going to get Hotshots on the board, and they are up 1-0 and an RBI single by Rachel. So way to get started hot here. In a 1-0 lead for the Hotshots. Pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. So this is a new team I don't think we've seen before, Texas Elite. splitting the morning session, 2 games. Lost the first one, won the second one 8-2, I believe was the final. That one swung and fouled back. No balls, 2 strikes. Got 2 outs. Rachel is on first base. Camille's your batter. Kylie is on deck. That one's high and away. Rachel stealing second. She slides in under the tag, and she is safe. High pitch. So now you got a runner in scoring position down at second base. 2 outs. Camille's your batter. She's looking to put one in play and hopefully drive in another hot shots run here in the first. It's on the outside half. Camille puts it in play, but it's foul. So she'll hang in there and get another pitch. Pitch low and in. Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rachel continues her hot hitting. There's one, it's no man's line out in right field. Right fielder's venturing over, it's slicing, and it goes foul. So a foul ball out of play will send Rachel back to second base and give Camille another shot. That one was in a kind of a tough spot for any of the fielders to be able to handle, but the wind has picked up here considerably. Some rain in the area and drove that one out of play. So it falls harmlessly, and Camille will get another shot at this. Swing, and she's on it. It's fouled back. 2-2 will remain the count. That one's taken away. Good eye. Camille hits one hard to third. She picks it up. This is a high throw. It's going to get by her. Camille's on, and Rachel's all the way around third and has made her way. And Camille's on her way to third base, and she is in there standing up. So a hard hit ball will bring Rachel around to score. Camille's going to move all the way over to third on the throw. So that gets Hotshots up 2-0 here in the top of the first with 2 outs. Ball's low and in. Ball 1. There's a hard hit ball. It's going to go up the middle. That's another hit. Hotshots are going to take a 3-0 lead. And Kylie picks up right where she left off last game, hitting the ball hard into center field. Texas Elite's going to take a timeout here. And I'm going to pause and try to find a place where there's not so much. First pitch is bunted down third base. It's going to be a foul ball. It gets past. Got a 1-1 count here. 2 outs. Ball is up. 2 balls, 1 strike. It's ball 3 up and away. Oh my. Okay, well that's called strike 2. Looked to me like it bounced in the batter's box, but we'll give that one to the pitcher, I suppose. That makes it a full count. If the strike zone's that wide, we won't see many people walk this game. That one's going to be called ball 4 in. To me, that one looked closer than the one before that, but here we go. So that'll bring in Abby Beseda. You have Kylie out on second base looking to score, and Carissa behind her on first. 3-0 Hotshots lead with 2 outs. Top of the first inning. That's a good pitch. Abby offers. Strike 1. Balls, 1 strike. The fastball, Abby offers. A little behind on that one. No balls, 2 strikes. This pitch is down and in. It's a ball. One ball, 2 strikes. Got 2 outs in the top of the first, and a 3-0 ball game. Hotshots strike early. Abby swings off a line drive down the right field line, but it's slicing foul. Count's going to stay 1-2. Abby is able to fight off that ball. Tough pitch. Ball down. She got a 2-2 count.
How was the parking situation?
Close, Abby.
Ball's up. Fill the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and there's going to be a payoff pitch with runners at first and second.
We got to the cars before it started.
Looking for that hit, Abby.
And then it stopped before we had to get out.
Looking for that base hit.
Good pitch. Abby fights another one off. It's up against the screen. So she's fighting in there. Looking to put one in play. Hopefully driving that run from second.
That's
draw a walk and bring the bases loaded.
Let's go, one.
Deshaun, Kendall, right here, kid.
So that brings up Kendall White. We got Cam on deck, and Jill is in the hole. Kendall looking to drive in the runner from third base here. Here's the pitch. It's a swing and a strike.
I don't see her.
Got this one.
Pitch, strike two. All right, so here we go. We got no balls, 2 strikes, bases loaded, and 2 out. Ball's low. Catcher does a good job of knocking that one down and keeping the runner at third. One ball, 2 strikes. Pitches on the outer half of the strike zone. The umpire is going to call it, and that's going to be the third out. But the hot shot strike first. They get 3 in the top of the first inning and lead Texas Elite 3-0. We'll move into the bottom of the first inning. Here with the Hotshots having a 3-0 lead over Texas Elite. Defense, you got Cam as your catcher. Rachel's pitching. Olivia's over at third. Kinsley is short. Camille is at second. And Carissa at first base. That's strike one. In the outfield, in left, we got Kendall White. In center, we have KB. And in right field, we have Jill. It's another pitch and foul back. Ball misses low.
Willie, pull him off the field. 20 minutes, restart.
All right, so we're going to have a pause here for a lightning delay. There's lightning out in center field. We'll resume here with 1 ball, 2 strikes on the hitter with the Hotshots with 3-0 lead. They say a 20-minute break, so we will pause here and come back shortly.
We went to go get Kona cones or whatever the heck that is down here.
Oh, up front?
Yes.
Yeah. Will do.
Okay, thank you. I had a label if I had a
So while we have a rain delay, maybe we can give a little update as to what has transpired so far during the tournament. The game started last night at 6:40. In Game 1, you had Texas Elite, the team that the Hotshots is facing here, ended in a 6-6 tie versus Lobos 2K12. So that was a 6-6 tie at 6:40 yesterday. Game 2 was Brazos Swarm versus the Lady Royals. Brazos Swarm won that game 17-0. So a lot of points to try to make up. We can explain that in a second, how the points in the record to go here to seed the teams as they go through this. The 8 o'clock game on Friday night, Texas Elite Schmitz, who were playing here, ended up losing to Texas 12 Black Katy 9-5. The other 8 o'clock game was Brazos Swarm, who earlier we mentioned beat the Lady Royal 17-0, ended up losing to Texas Blaze 5-4. The late game last night, 9:20, Lobos 2K12 defeated Texas 12 Black Katy who beat Texas Elite, who we are playing here, but they lost to the Lobos 7-3. And in the final, in the nightcap, the Lady Royals, who lost to Brazos Swarm earlier, ended up winning versus Texas Blaze Westermeyer. So that was 11-10 game, Lady Royals over the Blaze. And this morning, picked up at 8 a.m., and Texas Sting fell to the Diamond Diablo 6-5. The other game, too, at 8 o'clock this morning, Texas Heat 2K12, which we faced over in Conroe 2 weeks ago, ended up losing on Saturday 3-0 in the nightcap. I believe that was a no-hitter that was thrown against us. We got revenge on Sunday 3-2 in late inning heroics to come back and win that game. But Texas Heat was able to win versus Magnolia Strikers 6-1. There was a third 8 a.m. game this morning, which was Mojo 2K12 Texas Express, and they ended in a 2-2 tie. So that 65-minute time limit can end in a tie. The way that they are doing the bracketing for this tournament is to number of point differential, then your record. So you will be seeded, for example, the 17-0 game is a big win, not just because they won the game, but they won by 17 points, and it counts as 17 points towards the differential. Moving into the 9:20 games this morning, Wave beat Impact Gold HTX 9-0. The second 9:20 game, the Magnolia Strikers were able to knock off the Lady Outlaws 5-4. And then in the third 9:20 game this morning, Mojo fell to Illusions Gold, who we were able to beat in our last game this morning, or our second game this morning. I believe that was 8-3 final. This one, Illusion Gold was able to beat Mojo 6-4. Then the 10:40 games, as you were listening here on Hotshots. Our Hotshots lost to Texas Express at 10:40, which is 8-3 final. Texas Heat was beaten by Team Never Quit 4-3, and Impact Gold HTX beat Diamond Diablo 6-5. Then in the 12 o'clock game, your Hotshots team was able to beat Illusions Gold. 7-1 final is what we have here. Though I thought it was 7-2, so 7-1, 7-2. We'll have to double check that and make sure that we get those points correct. Noon, second game was Team Never Quit 2K beat Impact Gold 5-1. So there's an Impact Gold and an Illusions Gold, and then Wave shut out Texas Sting 10-0. That brings us to the 1:20 games this afternoon, where Diamond Diablos was beaten by Impact Gold 2K12. The final of that game was 8-5. The second 1:20 game was Illusions Gold 2K12, who fell to Hotshots in the previous game 7-1. They won this one, 7-3. Lobos 2K12. So Illusions Gold defeat Lobos. Then the Impact Gold Martinez was able to knock off Diamond Diablos 8-5. The final game before this was the 240 game, where Mojo was able to beat the Brazos Swarm, who won big in that first one, if you recall, 17-0. This one, they fall to Mojo 9-1, which is surprising. The other 240 games, where Team Never Quit was able to beat the Lady Royals 9-0, and at Lady Outlaws SLTX, Downing was able to beat Texas Blaze 9-2. So let's see if we can find. So right now the standings, if you look through the 240 games, or the start of the 4 o'clock games here that are now in a rain delay until for about another 13 minutes, as we had lightning and rain, lots of wind, as you can probably hear in the background. Team Never Quit is leading the standings. They are 3-0, and they are plus 9 points total. They have a plus minus of 14. Wave is also 2-0 so far, so they have 6 points. Third, tied for second, I guess, would be Illusions Gold when they have 6. They've played 3 games so far. Our Hotshots have played 2, so we've got 1 game to catch up on them with points. But they are 2-1 as well for a total of 6 points. Texas Express has 4. Mojo has 4. Lobos has 4. they're all essentially tied for 4th place. And then as you move down the bracket, let's see if we can find our Hotshots, who, like I said, have only played the 2 games, have a total of 3 points. So very important game here to come back, get back in that top 6 for the weekend, which would allow us to play in the gold bracket. The top 12 teams will actually get to play on Sunday. Top 6 will play in the gold bracket. 7 through 12 will end up playing in the silver bracket, and it'll be a single elimination tournament starting somewhere around 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So let's do an update of the college football scores real quick, and then we will take a bit of a break. We got about 10 minutes left.
I haven't clocked it yet. I need to grab it. It's in my case over there so I can get it. She just throws it. Looks like it's slow.
Yeah. No. So let's go over a few of the top 25 scores that we have in college football. Miami is over Temple right now, 24-7. That game's at halftime. Colorado is getting blown out by Oregon, 35-0 at halftime, which is one of the games of the day, which was on ABC and talked about all week. So a bit of a shocker there. Out at Oregon, 35-0. Alabama and Mississippi is a 7-6 Mississippi lead over Alabama at the start of the 3rd quarter. So Alabama struggling a bit this year. Fell to Texas, had a struggle last week, and now is had a low-scoring affair here with Mississippi. You got Utah and UCLA at halftime, with Utah leading 14-0. I think they broke out to a 7-0 lead almost immediately in that game. May have had a kick return for a touchdown to start that one. 14-0 at halftime. Duke over Connecticut, 27-0, and Tennessee rounds it out late in the 2nd quarter. Tennessee leading 31-0 over UTSA. We move into the games that are already completed. Florida was able to hold off Clemson in a nail-biter, 31-24. That was a final in overtime, and a great pass and catch for Florida State to win that game. Clemson couldn't answer. Michigan won 31-7 final against Rutgers, and Oklahoma held on. Number 16 Oklahoma beat Cincinnati 20-6. So we've got some good games coming up again this evening. You got that Alabama-Mississippi game, which is going on right now in the 3rd quarter. That's a nail-biter. You got Oregon-Washington State, which is set to kick at 6 o'clock Central. Florida versus Charlotte at 6 o'clock. LSU is going to be taking on Arkansas in Baton Rouge at 6 o'clock on ESPN tonight. Penn State, Iowa at 6:30. Georgia, UAB, and then my game of the day, Texas versus Baylor, 6:30 on ABC. Texas is 17-point favorite in that game. Maybe the game of the day is Ohio State, Notre Dame. Starts at 6:30. That's number 6 versus number 9 there in South Bend. And then to round out the evening in the top 25, North Carolina will play Pittsburgh at 7, and USC Arizona will be in the late game at 9:30. We've got about 7 minutes left. We'll take a short pause here and be back in a few minutes.
Yep, we're on TV. I gotta be in. I gotta be in.
Wait, where'd they put it?
Start warming up. 7 minutes. Start back up. Thank you. Rachel.
7 minutes they start.
Rachel. Cam. That's one and then go back to the
Credit card. Yeah, corn dog. Yeah, corn dog. Evil. No! No, it's reactive. No. Can
All right, it looks like we are about ready to head back out on the field here. So we're going to enter back. Rachel is warm and loose. Hotshots are headed back out onto the field. So we got bottom of the first, nobody out. 1 ball and 2 strikes is where we're going to kick off here before, or we had to leave off after the Lightning started out in center field. Still got a little bit of wind, but it looks like any of the weather has passed at this point. Alright, and so play ball. Won't be able to keep the timer on this game unless that was about a 25 minute or so. We'd be 20 or so minutes into the game, 65-minute game. We got 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Bottom of the first with the Hotshots up 3-0. Alright, here we go. I think for real this time. There's a good pitch. Little slap, but that's going to be foul. Count will remain 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's another one. She fights it off. Stays alive. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Another foul ball. We'll have to reset again. So this is the first batter of the game. Rachel started off 1 ball, 5 strikes to this batter, 6 total pitches, and a 25-minute rain delay in the middle. I believe the last game was slated to start around 9:20 tonight, which will now be most likely delayed until almost 10 o'clock or 9:45-ish. There it is. I believe that was a changeup up in the zone. She was slapping at it. She swung and missed. So that's a strikeout swinging for the first out of the game. Brings up their number 2 hitter. So we reset here. I go back through the defense. That's Cam behind the plate. Can't quite tell the number with the catchers here, but I believe that's Cam behind the plate. We got Chris at first, Camille at second, Kinsley at short, and A-Liv at third. Rachel is your pitcher. And left, I believe that is Kendall White. Center, you have KB, and right, you have Jill. So that's a ball up. So for those of you just tuning in, the first game started off slow for the Hotshots, fell behind early, further behind in the second, and just couldn't seem to quite get anything to go in their favor. Ended up dropping that game, but came back in the second, scored, I believe, 3 in the first. Kept scoring, or it was actually 4 in the first because KB hit a grand slam in the first inning, which drove in all 4 runs. So we were at 4-0 after 1. Ended up winning that game by my score 7-1. I need to double check that score. For some reason I thought it ended 7-2, but either way, a win for the Hotshots, and are even at 1-1 on the day after finishing 3rd place out of about 30 teams. At the Conroe tournament 2 weeks ago in their first action as a team together. So playing some good softball, minus about 30 minutes this morning when I think everyone was a little bit asleep and having trouble to wake up and get going. 2 balls, 1 strike. It's another bunt, foul. Maybe the 5th or the 6th bunted ball in the first 2 batters here. Got A-Liv is playing way up. Carissa at first is playing 5 or 6 steps in front of the base. So they're ready to come get it. We got Rachel on the mound, who's had several good plays on the defensive side today. Good ball. That thing was moving. We got it. Camille over to Carissa over at first base for the 2nd out. So a good start for the Hotshots here, up 3-0. We'll be doing some good defensive work here in the last 2 games this morning. There'll be 1 more tonight to set us up for at least 2 tomorrow, and we won't know what time we play tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow evening until these games conclude tomorrow afternoon. Good pitch, strike 1. That's a good pitch and strike 2, and Rachel's on fire right now. Thrown 14 pitches, 11 of those have been strikes. No runners on base, and looking to strike out batter number 2 in this inning. Ball's up in the zone. The umpire looked like he wanted to call it, but backs off. That's ball 1. So batter digs in. Here's the pitch. Good pitch. And that one is called strike 3 on the outside part of the plate. That'll end the inning. Strike 3, strikeout looking on the outside part of the plate, and the Hotshots will end the first inning up 3-0. We'll take a pause. All right, that's going to bring us to the top of the second inning. Hotshots are taking the bat. Cam is going to be your leadoff batter here in the top of the second inning. Ball's out. It's taken. Ball one. Good pitch up and in. Kim takes a huge hack at it. Fouled straight back. She's on it and she's ready. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ooh, another huge cut. Just gets it off the end of the bat a little bit. It's fouled straight back. Timing's good. Ready to connect and drive one out there to the outfield and start rounding those bases. We got Jill on deck. Kinsley is in the hole. 3-0 Hotshots. Ball's up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Ball's down and away. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So here we are. I got a full count. Nobody out. Hotshots looking to add into their lead here in the top of the second. Ooh, another big cut. Oh. The count will remain full. Boom, that's hit. It's out and this towards shortstop. She was camped under. She was able to get it. Sounded like that thing was hit a lot harder than where it ended up, but as a fly out to shortstop, that'll be the first out of the inning. It brings up Jill here with a 3-0 Hotshots lead. She slaps it towards third. That thing is foul. No balls, 1 strike. Jill's your batter. Got Kinsley on deck. It's a ball away. Another ball low and away. Slapped foul ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Set back up here. 2-2 pitch coming. She slaps another one at third base. This one's foul as well. So she fights it off. Hanging tough in there. ball high. Moves the count full. Jill's able to fight 2 off. And that one was high. Make the count full. Looking to be able to get on those bases and use their speed to hopefully produce another Hot Shots run. Another slap. That one's past the pitcher. And she is going to be safe. Not sure that one should have even been played by the shortstop over to first. She was already there. So an infield single by Jill to get on, and the Hot Shots are threatening. Kinsley's going to be your batter. Got Aliv is your on-deck hitter, and Rachel in the hole. Here's the pitch. Jill is stealing. Kinsley faked the bunt and pulled back, so I believe that was called a strike. Jill is in at second with a stolen base. I'm sure that was probably a called steal. Kinsley pulled the bat back. Jill's easily into second base. So that ball's low. It's actually off the front of the plate. So it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Jill easily moves over again to third base now. And like I said, you get that speed on base and you can do some damage. That's 2 pitches later. She's went from first over to third base, right? Stolen second. And the short pitch to the catcher, although I don't know if she has a chance of throwing her out of third anyway. That's a good pitch. It's up in the zone. Kinsley hits it hard, but it's right at the second baseman. That's going to bring the run in. So
All you need for the RBI, baby.
So that'll bring up Aliv here. Aliv's your batter. Rachel's on deck. Ground out to second. Kinsley's able to get the run in. And Jill's speed strikes again. So she's able to easily score on that ground ball. Kinsley's punched out over at first. But the Hot Shots are now up 4-0 here against Texas Elite in the top of the second inning. She smoked that one. Aliv, Rachel, KB, Camille. There's several in the middle of this lineup that are just putting a hurting on the ball. And that was another one. Aliv smokes it out into left field. No chance getting her on that one. She's on first base. Brings in Rachel. We have 2 outs. There's another one ripped into left field. So just like Ayla, Rachel puts a hurting on that one. And now you got first and second with 2 outs. So 2 hard hit singles in a row. And you got first and second with 2 outs. That brings up Camille, who's been dangerous in a bunch of different ways today. Not only hitting, but also had a good bunt earlier today too. So let's see how we attack it here. First and second and 2 outs. The ball's up and away. That's away from the catcher. And both runners are going to advance on that. So second and third, 2 outs. Looking for Camille to put one in play here. Get a couple more. So good pitch. It's in the outer part of the plate. Catcher's able to frame it and bring that one back in. So we got a 1-1 count. That one's popped up towards first base. They're both looking at it, and that's going to end up bouncing fair but going foul. So foul ball. Doesn't sound like the coach for Texas Elite is very happy about that one. Asking those girls to call the ball. So a tough one there. It bounces between the pitcher and first baseman. Goes foul, gives Camille another shot at it here. You got 1 ball, 2 strikes. She puts a good swing on this one towards first. She makes the play, and that'll do it for the Hotshots. But they score 1. Jill gets on and is around the bases in 4 pitches. Kinsley grounds out to second, brings in Jill. That one is a ground ball to first and ends the inning. So Hotshots will be up here 4-0 after 1.5 innings. Between the innings here, we'll take a break and update on some of the college football scores here. We got Miami over Temple 31-7. Oregon is really putting it on Colorado at this point, 42-0. It's almost the end of the third quarter, but that is a big one. You know, Colorado lost Travis Hunter last game due to an injury. I think it was a lacerated spleen, I believe is what the injury was. Anyway, it was something that's going to keep him out for at least 3 weeks, and a pretty brutal hit that was as he was going out of bounds. So that was a tough loss for Colorado, but they're down 42-0. Alabama's come back against Mississippi. It's now 17-10 at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Utah up by 2 touchdowns over UCLA, 14-0. Duke, blowout over Connecticut. Number 18 Duke is 34-0, and Tennessee is blowing out UTSA 31-7. Come back to play here. We're gonna have, let's see what we got changes. I believe we just have 1 change in the field. We have Abby Beceda going to right field, and so we have Cam as your catcher, Liv over at third, Kinsley at short, Camille at second, Carissa at first, Kendall is out in left, KB is in center, and Abby is in right with Rachel as your pitcher here in the bottom of the second inning. We got a 4-0 Hotshots lead. It's going to be hard to tell the time on this one today, just with that rain delay in the middle. I'm wanting to say we are at about 45 minutes, so 20 minutes left. Most likely get through this second inning and into the third and play another inning and a half here, I would suspect, and that's been about the length of the game that we've seen so far today, as all other 2 have been 3-inning games. Another good pitch. That's a called strike. No balls, 2 strikes. Rachel started the first game of the day, and I wouldn't say she struggled, but the team struggled in general. Just balls that were placed in places we couldn't get to them. A couple of plays that typically would see the Hotshots make, but ended up being pulled and having Carissa come in and take, looking just for a little spark in that game. And so she has come out firing here in game 2. And 19 pitches, 15 of those are strikes so far. Nobody has reached base. And has this batter, the number 4 batter in the lineup. No balls, 2 strikes. It's a ground ball to short. Kinsley's got it over to first, and the runner is retired. So another good pitch, good play from short. Good play defense all the way around. Carissa stretches over at first, And the Hotshots have absolutely woken up since this morning's game. So that's 20 pitches, 16 strikes. That's 75% on the strike to ball ratio, if I'm getting that right. That was a good one. Good pitch. Calls it away. So it's ball one. It's ball two, ball up. There's a good pitch on the bottom and inside corner of the plate. Strike one. 2 balls, 1 strike. Whew. Good pitch. Let's call the ball away. Three balls, 1 strike. You got 1 out here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Got a 4-0 Hotshots lead. Looking to play some defense. There's another good pitch. That's a hard shot to short. Kinsley's got it over to first, and they make the play. So that one's going to go 6-3 for out number 2. You batter 2 outs here. Another good pitch. That's strike 1. Mentioned this like back out over in Conroe, but it's just got a little bit of a tail to a right-handed batter. Ball tends to spin and go away from him. Throws pretty hard as well, somewhere 50 mile an hour or so, 49, 50. And when it comes in there with that spin on there, it is pretty tough for these girls to hit. They start over the middle and end up on the outside corner, or start on the outside and end up a couple balls off the plate. Just nothing the batters can do about this. So when she's on, she is definitely tough to hit. She's got this batter here, no balls, 2 strikes. Another good pitch, and 3rd ball to Kinsley this inning. They keep trying our shortstop, and Kinsley goes 6-3. Goes 6-3 over to first base for the 3rd out of the inning, and that'll end it for the 2nd. Hotshots are going to be leading 4-0 going into the top of the 3rd. We're going to pause. KB's going to lead off here in the top of the third. Nobody on, nobody out. 4-0 Hotshots lead. Pitch, the hard swing. That's down the line. This is going to be trouble. She's already around first, on her way to second. Left fielder is able to knock that thing down and keep her. She's on her way to third. It's going to be a tight play. Stretching into a triple. Was able to knock her down at third base, but a double right down the line. Double right down the line, stretching at third. Left fielder did a great job just trying to knock that ball down, keep it from going to the fence, which would have been her second home run of the day. Instead, it was a double, trying to be stretched to a triple, and that was cut down over at third base. So we got one out. 4-0 Hotshots lead. Carissa's your batter. Abby is on deck with Kendall White in the hole here. It's a ball low and away. One ball, one strike, one out. It's a ball high. 2 balls, 1 strike. There's a pitch. It's a ball low. 3 balls, 1 strike. Abby's on deck here. Hotshots looking to get a couple more. 3 balls, 1 strike. 4-0 Hotshots lead. It's in there for strike 2. Called strike. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Full count here. So the count is loaded. That ball is up. Chris is going to draw a walk. And we have another speedster on the bases. Abby's walking in here, looking to move the runner around. 4-0 Hotshots lead. Pull back bunt, hit back to the pitcher. That'll move Carissa over to second base. So we're gonna have an out, ground up. And that'll bring up Kendall White. Cam on deck. And Jill is in the hole. Runner at second base is Carissa. Jill's adjusting her batting gloves, getting ready to step in there and take a cut. Here's the pitch. It's bunted. That's going to spin and go foul. Strike 1. Checking the sign from the coach. 2 outs. Kendall's your batter. Here's the pitch. It's a good cut. It's foul back. Fighting and staying in there. We got no balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs. Top of the 3rd inning. It looks like we're coming up on time. If my timer is accurate with the rain delay. Let's say in the next few minutes this time will be called. Texas Elite will get an opportunity to bat in the bottom of the 3rd. There's a ball up in the bottom of the 3rd. If they can get the hot shots here. swing, and it's a slow roller. Kendall's hustling to first, so she's going to beat that. That's going to move Carissa over to third. So swinging bunt for a base hit will get the runner over and extend this inning. So first and third, I would expect with Kim up here, you have 2 outs, you got a 4-run lead. Would anticipate Kendall White taking a shot at stealing second, getting into scoring position, potentially drawing a throw, and even having Carissa have an opportunity to come in from third. So we'll see how they play it. 4-run lead, 2 outs in the top of the third inning. Cam's digging in. First and third, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Kendall was running. Cam was bunting. Foul ball to the left side. They'll reset here. Cam's digging in again. First and third. See if they're sending Kendall towards second base on this one. Here's the pitch. Ooh, called strike. That was away. Called strike 2. But Kendall does steal second on the play. No throw. You got second and third with 2 outs. Cam looking to put the ball in play and protect here. No balls, 2 strikes. Ooh, and a big cut, but swing and a miss. That's going to end the inning for the Hotshots, and a big cut there. Much rather see that. It was good. A good swing at it, just didn't make contact. Love to see the effort instead of potentially letting strike 3 go by. You don't give yourself a shot. So, end of 3 innings. Hotshots are up 4-0.
What do you want to do after this game? What was the AC turned on when you were in there?
66.
Okay. I don't remember if I did it or not.
The thing said to keep it above 65, and I tried to crank it down. It wouldn't go. Yeah, the refrigerator's not very cold. It said that it's on for like 2 hours and it goes off for 8 hours. And I couldn't find a dial. There was nothing. There was like the push button. You know. So
I put some stuff in.
you know, so
And I filled up my bag with mine.
and then I put some like,
It's a good idea for like bedtime.
I made the couch too. So it's like a truckle. So you take the cushions off the top and it's just the bed. Then it has a truckle. I told JJ, I'm like, perfect solution. I said, Rachel can sleep out here. You can sleep down here. He goes, nah, not doing that. It looked really uncomfortable though. You just touch it and it's like spring.
You can sleep with not a big. I sleep with her. She wakes up all over. Brian's gonna go to the other, like the other side. Oh, stay here. I want to go. This field, okay? What? My field. What? This field. Oh, Mom. You just go into this field. Oh, okay.
So here we go at the bottom of the third.
Crowd cam.
Jimmy says no to the crowd cam. We're not doing a close up. Be a nice win to get under the Hotshots belt here after, I said earlier, just starting the morning a little bit slow, a little flat. Have come out and played the last 2 games. We're able to score 8 in the last one. Put 4 across here. And a pitching gem by Rachel so far. 30 pitches, 22 strikes. There's another, that's ball to third. That's A-Liv. Tough play. She throws it across and she gets her. So, Hotshot defense has been coming through here in games 2 and game 3. It looked pretty salty out there. It's 1 out. Looking for 2 more. I'm showing her 1 hour and 30 minutes in here, or since we started the live stream, which would mean 20-minute delay. We should be at time. Haven't heard anything from the umpire, but we'll assume this is it if we're able to stop Texas Elite in this bottom of the 3rd inning. So another good pitch from Rachel. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. It's down. Good stop by Cam. Keeps it in front of her. Got time called. Oh, that was the time for the game was called, so had alluded that it was getting close. I thought he was calling time for the batter, but that was actually game time was called. So able to get 2 more outs here before they're able to get a few runs. We will walk away with another victory here. Don't count anybody out until you have the outs. Seen too many times work out well on the Hotshot side a couple weeks ago, down to their last at bat and somehow able to pull out some magic, and just got to be on top of your game all the way through. This ball high, ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. There's that sliding fastball again. That one has started on the inside. You could see Cam's glove actually move from the inside of the plate, and that thing just drift back over towards the middle. Umpire says yes, that's strike 2. A meeting at the mound here. Don't have it in front of me, but I may have second base. So I don't have it in front of me. It could be the first runner of the game as well. And Rachel and Kinsley were having a conversation behind the mound. The runner took off to second base. So the umpires are going to talk about this, say, did we have time or not? If they had time, they'll send her back to first. If not, it was a stop and go is what they call here, and they're going to say that she stopped at first, waited, and ran to second. So they've called her out. Then we got a challenge coming in here from Texas Elite's coach. So we'll just pause here and wait and see how they roll at this. Maybe to see how mad she gets, angry she gets over at first base.
High-five the coach and then go. But she's standing there in the circle with the ball. She continues to go? Yes, we'll do that.
What does C stand for? No, they're not called TV instead. For short. I thought it was monkey bars. I'm not going down.
So you don't eat banana pudding shake.
Looks to me that the umpires are waiting for somebody with a rule book to try to figure this out. I think we have Coach White over at first base trying to explain the rules too. Trying to explain the rules that you're not allowed to stop, wait till they get in the circle, and then take off running. So we will see how this thing ends up. But for now, we're going to leave the runner on second base. See if they call her back to first or call her out altogether. Or potentially leave her to second. But we'll pause here while we wait for a rules official.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Just calling somebody higher about it. You got Matthew? You get you? Yeah, we need Matt.
All right, so I assume that they say the runner never stopped at first base and continued on to second the whole way without pausing. So they're going to give her second. We got one out. Runner really doesn't mean anything anyway. Just focus on the batter and let's go get him. I think the replay may prove otherwise, but we will wait to see that until this evening. The ball is passed. Two balls, no strikes. Got a runner at third base. One out. A swing and a miss. Good pitch. That's strike one. A runner back towards third. gonna do a little karaoke to Don't Stop Believin' there a few minutes ago, but we had to cut the mics. It's ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. Nobody wants to be on the crowd cam. There's a good pitch. It's going to bring the count full. So here's a big pitch. We got full count, 1 out, 4-0 Hotshots lead. Texas Elite does have a runner over at third base, but the focus now is to record 2 more outs and win this game. Now we're 40 minutes since the start. Gonna go back, see if we can get this great pitch. And a groan from the crowd. The umpire calls out a ball. We now have first and third with 1 out. So that's right, they sacrificed the run. She takes off to second. I guess that 1 run was important for them for some reason. So she's going to be out at second base, tagged out, 1-6. They give up the run, but they get that really important out. And that's ball game. It's 4-1 final. It's become a little bit amusing. We got 2 outs. I have 2 outs. Umpires have 3 outs. The other team has 2 outs, so we've got a bit more confusion here. They're gonna. All right, so they're showing 2 outs again. Now they're going to have to pick up their stuff and head back out there. So, game full of wind, rain, and confused umpires. Either way, 4-1, 2 outs, bottom of the third. We've been out of time for quite a while here. Had a delay for the weather, had a delay to try to find somebody that had a rule book, and now have had a 2-out inning that turned into 3 that's now turned back into 2. So here we go. 2 outs, 4-1, Hotshots lead, bottom of the third. They need 3 more strikes, 1 more out. Rachel can close this one out. They gave up that run there, not necessarily on purpose, but if you got a 4-run lead, you're more than willing to sacrifice that run to get the out over a second. It's much more important. And down to 2 strikes here. No balls. 1 strike, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Another good one. This is slothfully hit to Kinsley. It's going to be a tough play. And she stretches. So softly hit to Kinsley. She tried to charge it and get it over to first base in time, but they call her safe over at first. And now we got another runner on. This is getting tighter. 4-1, 2 outs. Go get this batter. We got a lefty stepping in. There's a slap to third. Ayla's got it, and she's fast too. She's going to first. Another one's going to be called safe on an infield single. And you got first and second. And the tying run now comes to the plate. I believe this is their pitcher. So Rachel's throwing strikes. We've had 2 infield singles that just tough play, softly hit balls, and Kinsley can't come up with the first. Alip can't come up with the second one. Made good gloves, but the balls were lead over to first. Both bang plays and both called safe. So here we are, first and second. We do have 2 outs and have a 3-run lead, but their cleanup hitter, I believe, is at the plate. That's strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ball up in the zone. Rachel looking to try to finish this one out, but it's gotten much closer here at the end of the game than it really needed to be between the fake stolen second base that was awarded a stolen base by the umpires, couldn't quite figure out the rule book, and then 2 infield singles that are never good, especially on AstroTurf. So here we are, bear down, find a way to get this last out. We got 2 outs, we've got a 2-1 count. Buckle down and get this one. There's a good pitch. Threw that one right by her, and that's 2 balls, 2 strikes. She came with the juice that time. Texas will lead down to their final strike. So here's your payoff pitch. You got 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Looking to end this game. Here's a pitch. Slow and in. It's going full count.
Saturday, I'll take Sunday. And she goes, you know that night you know you're going to go after midnight. I said, I already know that, you asshole.
Which means tomorrow we may be playing first base.
Got to force out anywhere on the infield here. 2 outs, full count. Tying run at the plate. That one swung on and fouled back. So she hangs in there. Mitchell's looking for a way to throw this one by her and end this game. Here it comes again. Payoff pitch. It's up. It's going to load him. It's ball 4.
Well, and also the tough part is you swinging at pitches up here. It's really hard for anyone to catch a ball pitch. Anything above your hands is really hard to catch that shot. But they're really hard to hold on because they're up in your
Outside's meeting at the mound. Giving Rachel a little bit of encouragement.
That 1 year Verlander did so well against that awesome Dodgers team. All he did was throw fastballs up and in and he couldn't stay up. And he wasn't throwing that.
So 2 infield singles.
For big leaguers, he's still in.
And a walk. Going to load the bases after 2 outs here. 2 out, you had a 3-run lead. Nobody on. Now you got bases loaded with 2 outs. Just looking to get that final out here for the Hotshots. Putting into this threat. Came out there talking to Rachel saying, just bring it to me. Let's go get this girl.
And there's 1 minute she swings like her last at bat. She's terrible.
Force out everywhere.
And then she crushes it. It's like whatever. I just was like,
That's probably 11 years old,
I
right?
just let her do whatever.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I've learned.
She gets
I mentioned tying run on first base. Got a winning run at the plate now.
very much like wants to make it.
There's a good pitch. That one's fouled back. She gets ahead. No ball. It's 1 strike. Good pitch. Good pitch and strike 2. Better just looks at it. Nothing to do there. It's in on the hands, breaking out onto the inside part of the plate. Strike 2. So 1 pitch away again here. An hour and 48 minutes into the start. A long game and a long day. Looking to end it right here. Ball's low and in.
Should have left an hour ago. Then went to the gas station and get some extra stuff.
Here's the pitch. Right in there. That's the second. Camille, it hits her glove and goes out into right field. It's going to be thrown into the plate. A play at the plate. And she is called out. So Abby is backing that up behind Camille. She is able to grab it and fling it in from right field and get the tag at the plate.
Really good umpire. We would have called it safe. 'Cause he tagged
So
it
the
on
runner
field.
is going to get a hit there, but the girl that was on second base trying to come around and score there is tagged out at the plate to end the game. That final is going to be 4-2. So that is a final. Let's put this into a final. And a good game for the Hotshots, and what a way to end it there. Bit of a nail biter at the end of that game. You had a 4-1 lead, and you come back to 2 infield singles, and then a walk to load the bases. A hard hit ground ball towards Camille at second, and it ends up bouncing up and off of her glove out into right field. Abby is charging hard. She ends up grabbing the ball in short right field, and the runner from second is trying to score, and she guns her down at the plate. And that'll end it for the Hotshots. 4-2 is your final. We'll be back tonight about 9 o'clock, maybe a little bit later. We'll keep you updated on the Facebook page. But that's 2 wins, 1 loss for the Hotshots on the day, looking to make it 3-1 at 9 o'clock tonight.